Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at CreativeLeeYours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US and very excited that you're joining me today for our paper crafting fun. Yay! Can you believe it's already Tuesday, July, let me double check, 23rd, which means we're almost out of July. Crazy. So good things are happening, right? So you guys know that we have lots of new online exclusive product, and we're going to explore some of that today. So be sure to check that out. You cannot find those in any of our catalogs, only in our online store. That includes the glass mat, the lovely glass mat. If you haven't gotten your hands on that, definitely check that out because you can now purchase that as part of the online exclusives while supplies last, right? Let's see, we have a new Cultivated Creativity registration going on for our Frosted Forest kit, and it's wonderful, right? This particular bundle, again, this is an online exclusive, but this particular bundle lends itself to really nice masculine or gender neutral, I will say, cards. There are five projects total, 4 cards and 1 not a card, which has a fabulous surprise on the inside of it, a little giftable. And this is a technique-based class this month. So you're going to play with your decorative masks, you're going to do some blending, and it is I think it's got a wide variety of things so that you can get the most out of your supplies. So I hope that you'll join us for that if you're not already a Cultivated Creativity subscriber. I also just released registration for a new class. You can see a sneak peek behind me where I am taking the Country Birdhouse and pairing it with the Season of Green and Gold Designer Series paper. And we've made some fabulous projects for you to check out. So hopefully you'll join me for that one as well. So registration is going on now and will close in just a couple of weeks. All right. Really, the best way to stay up to date with everything I've got going on, though, get on my email list. Yes, because then you will get all the information emailed to you with the links to sign up, and you can choose which things you want to do or don't want to do, right? Plus, my email subscribers get a tutorial bundle, not one, but a bundle of tutorials every single month just for being a subscriber. And they are good tutorials. They're not chintzy ones, right? So I get a lot of great feedback about those. So hopefully you will give that a try. All right, let's see what else. If you're watching this video when it premieres, I'm live with you in the chat, right? So while the video has been pre-recorded, it was scheduled and is premiering on YouTube. And I'm right here with you. So if you've got any questions or want to say hello, tell me where you're from. I'd love to hear from you. All right. If you're watching the replay, same thing. Leave me a comment and I'll reply back. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that's it. Let's go ahead and switch the video over and start our crafty fun. Yay! Okay, so today's project is going to feature the iconic imagery, stamp set, and coordinating dies, and this is all part of the Iconic Seasons, I believe is what it's called, product suite that is in our online exclusive. So there's a fabulous paper pack that has papers for all year long, right? All the different seasons. And these great gems, these are called Pecan Pie and Clear Ribbon Adhesive Back Dots. So these have, I don't know if that you can see them, but they have a little back and forth kind of a ribbony print underneath, but they're a low profile, and I love that there's 2 sizes and 2 different colors in there. So these are super versatile. So we're going to be using these today and pulling out some of the papers as well. I love that you can build different sentiments, right? By grouping the words together or using them individually. And then of course you've got all your little imagery that is, you know, your icons for the various different seasons. So today we're going to do a little Christmas in July. And actually we're not going to do Christmas in July. Let's do fall. I do have a Christmas version of this to show you at the end that I created, but I am going to do a fall version. Now today's project is actually inspired by one created by Erica Serwin. So I love a good pocket card. So these are the first two that I made. So I made a little birthday one, super cute. And then I made a more of a Christmas wintry one, right? So today I want to make a fall version. And I love these because you can pull this little insert out and you can write on this, and then you could also put a photo on there, right? Or put a photo on the back, or you could add a gift card, right? I think that would be adorable to, you know, flip that over, add a photo or add a gift card right onto here if you wanted to. You've got plenty of space to write. Granted, you could also just pop that down into the pocket as well, a photo or a gift card, right? Some cash, who wouldn't love that? So we are going to build different words. So I use celebrate with each of those, and here you can see I use the smaller label and here the larger label. So we're going to change this up a little bit for the fall version. All right, ready to get started? So for the fall version, I am going to start off with a piece of pecan pie, which is 5.5 by 4.25. So it's the size of a standard letter size card, but it's just flat because we're making a pocket card. Now, the complete supply list with the cut dimensions are on my blog right now. So I've already scheduled that blog post. It went live when this video premiered, so you can go and grab those supply lists as needed, right? And order anything that you need to create this lovely project. So I've got a piece of designer series paper that I'm going to put down next, and this is 5.25 by 4. And we're going to just put this down with some Stampin' Seal. Just flat, adds a really nice decoration to the back of our card base, right? Nice. So next, I'm bringing in another one of the prints. Now, because the back side of this is directional, you kind of need to check your print. And when you're folding this back, which orientation do you need to cut this if you're dealing with some directional prints? And this particular paper pack has several directional prints, so you'll definitely want to check that. So this is also the same size, 5.25 by 4, and I'm going to fold this back. Don't overthink this. Just fold it back and give it a crease. It's fine. All good. All good, right? So I'm going to put adhesive along the bottom. Now, I've switched to liquid glue because I want a thin line. I'm going to go up the side here and up this side here. So just the 3 sides. I'm not going to put adhesive here because I need to be able to slide this into this pocket that I'm creating. My insert anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down right over the top using this as a guide. Now you could adjust your layers if you wanted and didn't make these exactly the same size. That is just fine as well. Now to give this a little height as I build my decoration on the front, I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional under this flap that'll tack it down in place and give it just a little bit of depth. All right, so let's do our insert next. So I've got my piece of basic white. This is 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. And I want to go ahead and put a tab on top. So I've got this great new tab punch that is in the catalog. Now, this is one of those things that you have the option of purchasing as a die or as a punch. And there's benefits to both. And it was a hard decision, but I decided, you know, I'll go with the punch because punches are so easy to use. They do take up more storage space though. So, you know, there's that. So depending on which you prefer, you can choose this in a punch or a die. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock my punch. Squeeze that there. I'm going to slide this. This is basic beige, just a scrap of basic beige. I'm going to slide this into my punch and I'm going to lightly grab it, lightly squeeze, and then I can just punch out this tab. Super fast and easy, right? I love that. And then when you're done, you just squeeze the punch and lock that back, and then it's ready to put on your shelf, and it's got a picture on it. So depending on your storage space, you may prefer the punch or you may prefer the dies. Either way, it works great. All right, so this folds in half. Let's go ahead and just run our bone folder on that and give that a good little crease there. And I'm going to adhere that right to this card here. So you could cut it off. You don't necessarily have to double the, have the doubled punch. So you could do a single layer if you prefer. I kind of like it doubled. It gives it a nice sturdiness. Now I'm coming about 1/4 inch over from the edge of the white layer and placing this back down. And then I'm just going to fold this down. So I'm almost flush with the top, but I have that label sticking up just a smidge, right? Just a little bit. Now I'm going to bring my design to the inside of my project. So I'm going to grab this lovely leafy image and my pecan pie ink pad. And I am going to stamp along the bottom here, just, you know, a nice little leaf. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, just in case I got a little ink on my glass mat, I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe this surface down real quick. Now, you guys know the glass mat is now available for purchase. It's one of our online exclusives now, and so you can grab that, and I love that. All right, so let's bring in our iconic imagery dies. So there are so many great elements in here, and we're gonna use this little heart, and I've die cut that out of a scrap of bubble bath cardstock. So we're gonna adhere that right to this little card here with some liquid glue, just because of the shape. Now, you could totally pop this up if you wanted the height on there. That's entirely up to you. I'm keeping this flat just because that's the mood I'm in right now, right? But you could totally pop this up. All right, so once we've got the little heart on there, we can go ahead and slide this right down into our pocket. Now, if you're having trouble sliding it in, go ahead and take your bone folder once this is dry, and you can kind of run it along to kind of loosen that up just a smidge to make that easier. Kind of just lifts it up a little bit to make that a little bit easier to slide down in that pocket. Cute, 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 cute. All right, let's build our label. So I have pulled in, again, the dies here. I'm going to use this largest label here, and I've actually already cut out a piece of pecan pie out of this label right there. So we're going to put that on, okay? And then let's do that with some dimensionals as well. Now, since I have dimensionals on the flap to pop that up, I don't want to go totally over to the edge of that. So I'm just going to put them, you know, 3/4 of the way over. I'm going to lay this right down on our card base. Super sweet. Loving that. All right, now let's grab a scrap of pecan pie cardstock. And we're going to stamp that same leafy image and die cut those out with the dies. So we just need a couple. You could do more if you wanted to, but that's pecan pie ink on pecan pie cardstock. And then I've got the leaf image right here. We'll put that on top and die cut that out. And that gives us these pieces here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and grab a scrap of basic white. And I want to stamp the sentiment on this. And this time we're going to use Cajun Craze. I'm going to stamp the grateful image. Love that one. So we're changing it up. We did celebrate on the first two, and this one we're going to do the grateful. And that is in Cajun Craze ink. All right. So now I'm going to pull in another die set. This is the Greetings of the Seasons dies, this one here. It's a full set of labels. I love this one, actually. And we're going to use this oval, and we're going to die cut this out. Now, you just need to decide which side are you going to want to tie your twine and put it on. Do you want it to the left, or do you want it to the right? I'm going to do mine to the left. Change this up a little bit because it's gonna cut out the oval and a hole for you all at the same time. So I love these dies. These are another one of our online exclusives, and it is part of the Seasons of Green and Gold collection, and it is fantastic. I've used these so much already. So we've got our little label here. Okay, so one more piece I want to go ahead and stamp on a scrap of my basic beige, and I'm going to stamp for you, and I want to do that. Let's see, we'll do that in pecan pie. Now I've put the 4 and the U on the block together. You could stamp them individually if you'd prefer. That's entirely up to you. Nice. I'll take that. That didn't turn out too bad. And then we're going to use the small label. It's hard to see, so let me kind of pull this one out in here. This small label here, and we will die cut that out. There's just so many great little pieces that you can use to decorate the projects with. All right, so we've got our little for you. So let's go ahead and build this. So I'm thinking, we'll pop that for you up on there. And I think I'm going to maybe we'll put that one there and this one kind of under there. What do you guys think? Like it? Don't like it? I kind of like that. Maybe like that. All right, let's go ahead and glue this one to the back of this label. Why not? Just a little stamp and seal. That way, if I need to adjust it, I could maybe pop it out a little bit. Let's see how that's gonna look. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this one. Maybe I should do this one flat because I've already got a layer. And I want to pop up the other sentiment. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to pop it up. If you don't want to pop up so many, don't pop them up. But you know me, or those that know me, know that I like a lot of dimension and height in my projects. So I'm just going all in with the pop up here. And we'll just lay this right in the center there. I love that. Actually, I'm a little bit to the left. That's okay because we're going to add this other label. So it'll offset that and it'll look really nice, I think. I might make that one flat now that I've popped up the oval. All right, and then this one, I kind of want sticking out like that. Kind of on that label there. So let's add a little bit of liquid glue to these upper leaves here. And we're just going to hook this onto that oval. Maybe like that. We'll double check it before it dries. That's the one benefit of the dreaded liquid glue. I say dreaded because you guys know how I feel about liquid glue. Maybe I'm going to squish this down a little bit. Because I don't want to cover up too much of the grateful. I want to still be able to read it. But see, now I've got glue everywhere. I'm going to go right there, I think. You guys like that? Hopefully that looks good. All right, let's not pop up this label like I had thought I might. We're going to go ahead and put this one flat. I'm just going to put a little adhesive along the top edge. And then we can slide this right in here. All right, now I need to let that sit and dry so that the card stays together, right? Now you could slide in some dimensionals underneath that leaf if you want to. Give it a little bit to dry before you start messing with it too much. But if you needed another dimensional, you could definitely tack one in there real quick just to kind of hold that all together. All right, let's finish this off. We want to add some of the twine. So I've got the copper clay jute twine. And I actually prefer the twine not so chunky, right? I like to separate the twine. So I'm going to unravel, actually. This has 2 strands. It has 3, but I've already used 1 strand here. So I've just got a length of this jute twine, and I am going to tie it in a bow. So I'm going to take my little loops here and crisscross applesauce. Going to go down in the hole and back out and make my lovely little crazy bow. I love the texture of this, and I could have tied it right around that hole if I wanted to, but I'm going to make the loops a little bit smaller, but I find that harder to do. So I'm just going to glue dot it on, or as I like to call booger it on. Yeah, I like that orientation better. And this way I don't tie it upside down, all kinds of good stuff, right? All right, let's grab a little glue dot, AKA booger. And we'll kind of ball that up because we're dealing with a small twine, and add that right down there. And then I can put my twine on here and kind of push it right down into that glue dot so it's nice. It's adhered nicely, right? It's in place. It's not going to go anywhere. So it just adds another layer of those browns going on, the reddish brown. It doesn't really match the Cajun Craze or the pecan pie, but I think it works really well with it. All right, so let's bring in our dots. I'm going to use the pecan pie ones this time. I used the clear ones on the other projects. And let's just grab, let's put one there and there. Why not? And where do we want a third one? Or do we want a third one? I think I do. I think I want a third one. And I think I'm going to put it, maybe we'll go to a big one. Let's go to a big one here, so it stands out a little bit more. There we go, I got it. And we'll put it right up here on that label, just to give it a little more oomph, right? And so I can kind of twist my thread, my little jute twine here around, so that I can see that embellishment a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's double check our label and make sure it's all secured. Yeah, I think I could slide, I think I am going to slide in a dimensional under there just to give it a little more security. So if I take the backing paper off both sides, easier said than done sometimes, while it's in my hand, and use the take your pick, I can slide this right up in there, and that gives that a little bit more stability. So that's sitting a little bit better. So super cute, right? So now you got your little fall project. All right, and I'm going to bring the others back in. So you've got fall, you've got a Christmas version, and a birthday version. So lots of fun. You can do so very much with this. Now, if you are loving and would like to see more projects made with the iconic imagery stamp set and dies and this fabulous paper, join me this Friday. I'm doing an online workshop, and we're going to do a little Christmas in July, and do 3 holiday cards and a tag. So I hope that you will join me this Friday at 11:30 Eastern. All right. If you're loving the projects that I shared with you today, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing well. And share this with your crafty friends and invite them to come over and join us on Tuesdays for a little bit of fun. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope to see you again next Tuesday, and bye for now.